Hello, I'm Paul and today we're going to have a look at Genshin Impact and take a deep dive into its music. Genshin Impact is a free-to-play action role-playing game for PlayStation 4, PC and mobile devices. With an anime look for its characters and world, it reminds us of the last entry in the Zelda series, Breath of the Wild. It has been developed and published by MiHoYo, a Chinese game studio that previously published games like Gun Girls and Honkai Impact. The main composer for the game is Yu Chen. Genshin Impact is set in the world of Teyvat, where there are 7 major nations, although right now there are only 2 available in the game. The middle-aged European-inspired Mondstadt and Liyue, which is based in Chinese culture. During the story we play as a traveler, who is separated from their twin and ends up trapped in the world of Teyvat. The main storyline follows his quest to find his sibling. In the open world, players can control one of 4 interchangeable characters in their party to use during exploration or combat. Switching between characters can be done quickly, allowing the player to combine skills and attacks for the different characters. The game has an elemental system, where each character and most enemies use one of these elements in their attacks. Each of these elements have different interactions with the others, like extra damage when combining water and fire attacks, or freezing the enemy when combining water and ice attacks. Besides the element, each character uses one of 5 weapons, from a sword or a polearm to a bow. The world of Teyvat is a vast, open world with loads of things to do and places to visit. It is full of hidden chests to find, enemy bosses to fight, and many missions in which the player can help the citizens of this world. Let's now have a look at the music in the game. As we said before, the main composer is Yu Chen, who has previously worked on films and TV shows in China and is respected as a very versatile composer. He is a graduate from the Shanghai Conservatory of Music and has worked with many different orchestras around the world. For Genshin Impact, he has worked with the London Philharmonic Orchestra to create the music for the region of Mondstadt, and with the Shanghai Conservatory Symphony Orchestra for the music of the Eastern Asia-inspired Liyue. The developers of the game have said that musical production helped them with determining some of the game design. When designing the city of Liyue, though the art department had lots of reference and ideas, they didn't have a decisive idea to unify them all. The music pieces for Liyue were sent to them, and the music helped them finalize the design concepts for it, thus showing how important music can be for the development of a video game. The music creators of the game have said that when creating the music for it, they had one thing in mind: to create music for that could serve as a bond between player and game. Music is used all around the world, and it changes and shifts depending on where the player is or what he's doing. To give some examples, when approaching the zone of the winery in Mondstadt, the piece Before Dawn at the winery will start playing, giving a calm and relaxed ambience to that zone in the world, which fits perfectly with the vineyards and European looking winery. In contrast to that, while in combat in the region of Liyue, its battle theme plays, a hectic melody full of highs and lows. We're going to take now a closer look at this main battle theme for Liyue, which has been playing in the back for a while. Liyue's music takes a foundation of Western orchestral music and injects Chinese elements and instruments into it. The piece features traditional instruments like the dizi, a Chinese bamboo flute, the eru, a 2-string musical instrument sometimes called the Chinese violin, a guzheng, a type of plucked zither, and finally the pipa, a 4-string very old Chinese instrument sometimes called the Chinese lute. We're now going to listen to it again using an arrangement provided by the user Denogiaro in MuseScore. We can see, as with many musical pieces for video games, that it is a minimalist composition. It starts with a melody that repeats itself, while new instruments are being added one after the other. It is a piece in A minor, and its harmony follows its tonal functions. There is just one place in the composition where this isn't like that, in the 18th compass when the brass section comes in. Let's listen to it. As we could hear, the tonality of this brass section was quite different from the rest of the piece. This is what we call a chromaticism. Overall, Genshin Impact is a great game for those who enjoy a nice looking open world with a dynamic combat system. A wonderful experience made even better by a wonderful soundtrack that makes the game so much more immersive. All in all, that has been everything for today. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.